I think there's one thing we can all agree on, and that's that 2016 has freaking sucked. No, not on a personal level for some of you fucks out there. Yeah, I understand. You got that big job, you won the Powerball, and finally, Daisy down the street gave you a Hummer. You do realize she's got the mouth herpes, right? Now you gotta get yourself checked. No, I'm talking on a global scale, a world scale, or even just on a country scale if you're here in the United States like me. There's definitely been remnants and memories of why this year has been a bona fide piss storm everywhere, and there's definitely ones that have lingered even long after they have been done and over with. Oh my geez. Well, in a special episode of 5 Reasons, let's chronicle a couple of the different reasons why the year sucked. Here are 5 reasons that 2016 has been one of the worst years ever. And there's a couple of honorable mentions here. One of them for most of you is that I'm still making videos probably, and the other one's making Roman look strong. The Roman Reigns WWE Championship reign. What the hell was that? Yeah, jokes aside, throw Harambe in there too, and pull your dick out. Number 5, misinformation and the blog bias. Now, if there's one thing that's been on the rise in the past couple of years, it's been the blogger, and it's been all sorts of online media that has certainly surfaced and has offered some countering views towards some traditionally held mores and traditionally held beliefs, and that has been a good thing considering it's caused some examination of what we are as human beings and acceptance and other great things. But in 2016, there's been a rise of sites and bloggers that have just been using this idea in order to push disinformation or misinformation in order to really showcase an agenda. You know, Bernie Sanders can still win the election. That's what I'm talking about. These are the folks that really are trying to calculate every sustainable nuance that could potentially lead to a result that's within their favor. Either that or, the Assassin's Creed main character isn't plus sized, and that's a problem. That's been one that's been revolving over the past couple of days. This rise of misinformation has caused no end of trouble, but mostly it's been trouble that has been seen on the United Internet front. However, this is something that is now starting to leak and translate into the major media, which is causing changes and actually is changing the world. The problem with that is that it's causing a bit of a negative spin, making it realize that if you complain in a loud enough voice, there's a good chance that things are going to change just for you because you're a special little snowflake. Not to mention, it's causing a rise in everybody, and that's not good. We'll talk more about that later. Number 4, Death was working freaking overtime. Now, those of you who are, veterans of this channel understand that late in 2015, we were talking about the deaths of Scott Weiland and Lemmy Kilmister. And then what happens in the first month of 2016? Death just goes on a freaking rampage. Glenn Frey from the Eagles, he goes on a rampage. Alan Rickman, he goes on a rampage. David Bowie, Prince, Florence Henderson, Muhammad Ali, the list is never ending. Nick Menza, Tom Serrell, what the hell happened in 2016 where so many people had to die? China died, for Christ's sake. I thought she was immortal. She was the 9th wonder of the world. She was going to be here whenever the rest of humanity was gone. Death's sickle definitely touched a lot of people, but maybe this was actually a sign that we are entering the end times. Perhaps there's some forgotten seal in a holy book that no one's read in 2,000 years that says that whenever all of these major players on the world entertainment stage go in one year, it actually means the foundation of the universe is about to crack and we are all screwed. Either way, this has certainly caused us to have to mourn a lot more than celebrate, but it has also given a lot of people some opportunities to perhaps discover some things for the very first time. It's just a shame that it's taken these individuals' deaths in order for more awareness to really become known. Number 3, extreme weather disasters. Now, I am a weather fan. I'm going to admit that. I love me a good weather disaster. We had a big old blizzard earlier this year where I live, and it was amazing. I called it Winter Storm Jonas Brothers. But on a less serious note, and actually a very grim note, this has certainly been a year where there have been disasters aplenty. There have been hurricanes, there have been floods, tornadoes that have been extremely violent. We've had snowstorms that have killed people, and one of the biggest things that has happened, not only here in the United States, but also on the other sides and other corners of this world, has been drought. It has been very dry in many locations, and most of the rain that has been gotten has been in a short burst period of time. It's caused wildfires, including right now in Tennessee and other places within the Appalachian Valley, and it has definitely caused property damage. It has killed people, and it's not been great. There's also been a lot of earthquakes that have occurred throughout this universe. Perhaps global warming isn't as fake as people think, I think this planet's telling us something. Our time might be over soon. Hoop, hip, hooray. Either which way, there have been plenty of disasters this year alone in order to cause billions of dollars worth of property damage. Actually, if we go worldwide, it's probably in the trillions. And it seems like each and every week we have to pray either that or send money, in order to provide relief for different corners and different areas of this country and other places around the world. Number 2, social justice warriors or whiners and protests. Oh my God! 2016 has definitely seen way too many of these. Some of them for good reason, don't get me wrong whenever it comes to the protests, but social justice warriors have really gotten out of control. It's actually become one of the biggest stories of the year, considering it seems like every single day there is something that's brand new that is being talked down, either that or seen as wrong by an SJW or a clan of them. It's actually becoming a part of the major media. It's no longer just something that is active on social media. But it seems like this is going to some ridiculous levels, whether it be about, as we mentioned in number 5, Assassin's Creed's not having a plus-sized player, or this or that, these or those. I want to be seen as my true form, which is an attack helicopter, or a unicorn, or a dragonkin, or this or that. I'm a dragon slayer. I'm a toasterkin. You need to understand and feed me toast, motherfucker. That's what you gotta do. You gotta respect me for who I am. There's 2 genders? There's not 2 genders, there's 52 genders. I'm making stuff up every single day. By the time I'm old and gray, 80 years old, there's going to be 5,614 different genders. And I'm going to be none of them because we all got to be individuals. We all got to be special snowflakes. And this is getting absolutely absurd. Absolutely absurd. They're going to invent new colors. Crayola's going to have to work overtime because every color is going to have to be individual to the person that's using it. That's where we are heading with this. And add on the politicalness, add on that political side, and it only gets 75 times worse. We have whiners that are talking about how Sanders was screwed that immediately jumped ship to Hillary Clinton. We have people trying to say that Trump is the evil antichrist of Nazism, of this and that, and these and those. Protest for Black Lives Matter, protest because of the TPC, protest because of this, protest because of that. Oh, there's been way too many protests for way too many different reasons, and it's just, they're not protests as much as they are just, let's have a nice big old destruction fest. They took a look and watched, footage of the LA riots and thought that looked pretty fun. Oh my gosh, this has been one of the most notable things of the year. But number 1 has certainly taken the cake, and we've mentioned it a little bit throughout this whole entire list, and that's politics were everywhere, which caused the deconstruction of unity. The deconstruction of unity can actually be applied to number 2 as well, considering the way in which division occurred because of how social justice warriors and their different causes and their different beliefs and their different this and that tugged and pulled at people left and right was also done by the political spectrum. It's actually caused a brand new era of intellectual dumbfoundery. It's a definite, oxymoron that makes absolutely no sense. You actually need a lot of Oxycontin just to understand what the fuck that even means. But basically what it means is that there have been 2 political candidates here in America. There have been candidates in other areas within the world, such as Canada or Australia, either that in the European Union. ISIS is still out there, and they actually seem better organized than a lot of our countries do, which is super duper scary. And there has just been a lot of unrest. There has been the left and the right that have constantly been going really one-on-one versus another, and nobody seems to be really very concerned, or not, nobody seems to be very happy about how things have turned out. There doesn't seem to be a lot of unity that's out there, mainly because during these political processes, the countries and the citizens have already been pulled apart. There's a lot of separation, there's a lot of separatism that is going on in various countries throughout the world. We've seen, of course, all of the unrest in countries such as Egypt and Syria, where there have been revolutions that have actually caused refugees, which became a very large topic here in America about Syrian refugees. These are folks that are looking to escape some of the worst moments in their country's history and in their personal lives, and they're being viewed just as pieces of meat or potential terrorists. And there is just so much unrest that has occurred based off of the idea of politics, the idea of misinformation, the idea of ill education, just the idea of agendas at the top not having anything to do with people that are underneath, and it's even being proven on a state-by-state level. For a great example, the state of Pennsylvania couldn't pass a damn budget and actually keep it balanced, so who has to foot the bill? The citizens. The citizens have to do it by paying taxes on cable, by paying tax on Netflix, streaming services, cigarettes, vaping supplies, all of those luxury items, you know, even though the folks that are in Pennsylvania also got a raise. Oh man, and we put more Republicans into Congress. We're smart. But here's the thing. On the one positive note, Donald Trump being the president, he's already starting to showcase just how stupid a lot of Americans are. Already, he's showcasing that he does have a brain on his shoulders, and showcased that a lot of what he showed was just a hand that he was bluffing the whole time. And even if he doesn't bluff the entire hand, even if this world does go to shit, we'll have the refuge of knowing that it wasn't one man's fault. It was instead all of our faults for being complete idiots, buying into everything, and causing that separation, causing that dissolution of unity, and causing us to become easy pawns for this game. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. 5 reasons 2016 has sucked it up and taken it up the butt. You thought that there was something that was missed, such as Brexit, which was a huge deal as well, could have been mentioned throughout number 1. Apologies that I didn't. Please let me know in the comments below. My name is coverkillernation, and I hope that 2017 is better. I'll see you guys all there. Take care. Hi guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see other top 10 lists on this channel, scope out the playlist to your left, the playlist to your right. Shows what I typically do, which is album reviews. This is the ones from 2016. You can also scope out my Patreon and subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate that very much. Thanks again for viewing, and have a wonderful afternoon and the rest of 2016. Take care.